3 days. Derek tossed a debit card onto the coffee table. Move your stuff out within 3 days. I looked at him. The deed is in my name. My mom put down the down payment, he said, full of righteous anger. Plus, she's pregnant, she can't keep living in some rental. I laughed. Fine. I picked up my phone and opened the residence group. Then let the whole neighborhood see who should be the one moving out. Before we go on, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from. 3 days earlier. I came home early to surprise Derek. After 5 years of marriage, we rarely ate a meal together. At the farmer's market I chose the base he loves, plus ribs and shrimp. When the key slid into the lock I heard noise from the living room. I pushed the door open. A woman sat on the sofa. She looked barely 20, long hair over her shoulders, wearing a slip dress. She was drinking from my mug, the coffee I had bought. Who are you? I asked. She lifted her head, eyes sizing me up. So you're Caldwell. She stood and walked over. I'm Brianna, Derek's girlfriend. I froze. What did you say? Girlfriend, she repeated. We've been together 2 years. She glanced down at her belly. The baby is his, too. Blood rushed to my head. Where's Derek? He went grocery shopping. Brianna smiled. He said he'd make sweet and sour ribs tonight. I was still holding the ribs I'd just bought. The door opened. Derek walked in with 2 bags of groceries. Seeing me, his face changed. Why are you home early? I stared at him. Anything you'd like to explain? He was silent a few seconds, then set the bags on the dining table. Since you've seen it, I won't hide it. He walked over and took Brianna's hand. Our marriage is over. I stared at their interlaced fingers. 5 years of marriage, and that's all you've got? How much do you want? He asked. What? Divorce settlement, he said. Name your price. I laughed. Derek, you think this is a transaction? What else Oh, you want? He frowned. I've thought it through. House goes to you, car goes to you, plus $500,000 cash. The house is already in my name. My mom paid the down payment. I pay the mortgage. So what? He said. My mom always said that house was bought for my future wife. Aren't I your wife? He gave a cold laugh. You are. He glanced at Brianna's belly. But she soon will be, too. Brianna covered her mouth and giggled. I drew a slow breath. Derek, I'm not talking about this right now. When do you want to talk? When I've calmed down. I turned toward the bedroom. Oh. He spoke behind me. Brianna's staying tonight. I stopped. Meaning? Exactly what I said. He shrugged. You take the guest room. I turned back. This is my house. My mom shut up. I locked eyes with him. Tonight, she gets out. Tomorrow, we talk. Derek's face darkened. Who do you think? Read the deed. I walked to the front door and yanked it open. Brianna, right? She stood there, smirk still fading. Out. Derek, she's out. I pointed beyond the threshold. Brianna looked at Derek. Derek looked at me, then at her. Head home for tonight, he said. I'll speak with her. Brianna's face twisted. You promised, go. He walked her to the door. Before stepping out she glanced back. Caldwell, this house will be mine soon enough. I said nothing and shut the door. Derek stood in the middle of the living room, face like a thundercloud. Happy now? I sat down on the sofa. Talk. How did you meet? Company Christmas party, he said. She was the new receptionist. 2 years? 2 years. I nodded. How far along is she? 3 months. Sure it's yours? His face darkened. What's that supposed to mean? Exactly what I asked. He stepped closer. She's not like that. Neither am I. I met his gaze. Yet you still cheated. He froze. It's different. Different how? He opened his mouth, nothing came. I stood. Fine, no argument. What do you want then? I need time to think. What's there to think about? He said. We divorce, split assets, go our ways. I told you, time. He exhaled sharply. You've got 3 days. Excuse me? 3 days, he repeated. After that Brianna moves in. I stared. Say that again. She's pregnant, she can't stay in a rental. Where has she been living? A place I rented. How much a month? 5,000. 5,000. Our mortgage is 8. He's paying 5,000 for his mistress while I pinch pennies to cover the loan. Derek, I said, how much living money do you give me every month? He frowned. 3,000. What's the mortgage on this place? 8. Who pays it? Silence. Who pays it? I asked again. You. Exactly. I said, I earn 15, pay 8 to the bank, and stretch the rest to run the household. You make more. What's your salary? 12. So where does your money go? No answer. 5 grand rent, then what? Still quiet. Derek, I asked you a question. I bought her things, he finally said. Bags, clothes, makeup, whatever she likes. How much per month? Varies. Roughly? He hesitated. 6,000. 5,000 rent, 6,000 shopping. 11,000 total. He earns 12 and spends 11 on her. That leaves 1 grand, the sum he calls living expenses. I give him 3 every month. For 5 years. 5 years I thought we were building a life. Turns out I was bankrolling his affair. Derek. He lifted his head. How much have you spent on her in 2 years? He frowned. I never added it, I'll add it for you. I opened the phone's calculator. 11 grand a month, 24 months. I tapped equals. 264,000. His face paled. It's not that moo, it is. I stared at him. Probably more. I set the phone down. Derek, you bought her a gold necklace, didn't you? He froze. How did you know? Lucky guess. Not really. Last month I found a receipt in his suit pocket. Chow Tai Fook, 1 gold necklace, 8,600. I'd thought it was for me. A month passed, nothing. What else? I asked. What other goodies? A watch. Price? 20,000. I laughed. 5 years of marriage, you never gave me a single rose. That's different. Different how? She's young, she likes that stuff. I was young once. I held his gaze. When I married you 5 years ago, I was 26. We were broke back then, now we have money, and it all goes to her. Silence. I inhaled slowly. Fine, I'm done counting. So what do you want? I told you, time. 3 days. He repeated, in 3 days this house belongs to Brianna. Go wherever you want. I looked at him. He didn't even blink. Derek, do you hear yourself? I do. The deed is my name. Your mom put down 30, I cut in. 8 grand a month times 5 years is 48 grand. I paid 48. He opened his mouth. 30 from mom, 48 from me. Who paid more? Silence. Also, I went on, the 150,000 renovation, who paid? You, furniture and appliances, 80 grand, who? His face kept darkening. Derek, I've sunk more than 700,000 into this home. I stared. How much did you put in? No answer. How much? I pressed. My paycheck helped too. Your paycheck kept your mistress happy. His cheeks burned red. Enough. He shouted. I'm not arguing numbers. 3 days, then you're out. And if I refuse? Don't force me. I smiled thinly. Derek, are you threatening me? Just telling it like it is. He strode to the bedroom. 3 days. Think it over. The door slammed. I stood in the living room, weirdly calm. 3 days. He gave me 3 days. Fine. I'll spend them preparing. Next morning Derek left early. Before walking out he tossed over his shoulder, Brianna's coming to pick up a few things. Don't give her attitude. I ignored him. As soon as he was gone I opened my laptop and started compiling. Bank statements first. I logged into online banking and exported every wire receipt of the past EVA years. Mortgage, 8 grand a month, 48 grand a year, 48 total. Renovations, 3 transfers, 150,000. Furniture and appliances here and there, over 80,000. Living allowance I gave Derek, 3 grand a month, 180,000 all told. Added up, almost 900,000, not counting groceries and utilities. Then his account. I knew his password, he'd asked me to balance his books after we married. Later he whined I was too controlling, but he never changed the login. I signed in and felt my heart freeze. 5th of every month, 5,000 wire, memo rent. Recipient, Brianna. Randomly, every month, he wired anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000. Memo line, baby. Recipient, Brianna. Occasionally the wires ballooned, 10, 20, even 30 grand. Memos just as creative, Valentine's, birthday, anniversary. Recipient, Brianna. I did the math, line by line. 2 years. He'd pumped $350,000 into her account. 350,000. I pinch pennies so hard they squeal. 2, maybe 3 grand a month for everything. He splashes cash like it's fountain water, over 10 grand a month to his side piece. I screen grabbed every wire receipt and slid them into a folder. Then I opened his card statement. Chow Tai Fook, 8,600, gold necklace. Longines, 23, ladies watch. Dior, 6,800, handbag. Chanel, 4,500, lipstick set. Row after row, every swipe spelled Brianna. Screenshot, save. Next, the WhatsApp threads. Derek's account was still logged in on the cracked iPhone he stashed in the study drawer. He thought I didn't know. I pulled it out, typed his birthday, of course he'd use that, and went hunting. Pin chat, little sweetheart. Inside, I almost gagged. Hubby, I miss you. Be good. Soon as I'm free I'll come. Babe, wear the red set today. K, waiting for you to peel it off. Scroll up. Derek, when's she movin'? G out? Soon. Gave her 3 days. 3 days is forever. I can't wait. Patience, love. Once she's gone, you'll be queen of this house. Promise? Cross my heart. The place will be ours, and our kids. What about her? Buy her off. How much? 50 grand should do it. That's too generous. What's she done to deserve that? Nothing, but it'll make her disappear. Keep scrolling. Derek, does your wife know I'm knocked up? Nope. When will you tell her? When the bump's too big to hide. You're wicked. Just getting started. Once the baby's here, I move you in and boot her out. Seriously? Dead serious. Caldwell says this house is for the woman who gives her a grandson. My stomach flipped. Our bed. The bed I'd shared with Derek for 5 years. The bed he'd hauled her into. Screenshot. Save. All morning long I cataloged the wreckage, wire receipts, card charges, WhatsApp threads, photos from the private Instagram he forgot his burner was logged to, locked me out of the main one, but the side account was wide open. I zipped everything, copied it to a flash drive, then synced to 3 clouds for good measure. Then I called attorney. Carter, I want out. Sure thing, Sophie. Walk me through it. He's been cheating 2 years. Side piece is 3 months pregnant. You holding receipts? Hold, fold, and laminate. I emailed the bundle. 10 minutes later he called back. Rock solid adultery, he said. What about the house? Deeds in your name, mortgage comes out of your checking, you're the heavy investor. His mom floated the down payment? That's a gift to the marriage, not to him, unless she put it in writing. She didn't. Then it's community equity. I exhaled. The 350 he slipped Brianna, we can claw that back, plus interest, he added. I actually smiled. How fast can we file? No rush on my end. You tell me when. I glanced at the clock. I've got errands first. At 3 sharp, Brianna strutted in, head-to-toe labels, heels stab. ING the hardwood. Caldwell, she chirped, or should I say X? I stayed on the couch. I'm just grabbing Derek's stuff. Knock yourself out. She disappeared into the bedroom. Drawers slammed. 5 minutes later she emerged swinging a paper bag. Oh, FYI, Derek wants you gone in 3 days, she tossed over her shoulder. I heard. Be smart, she warned, or you'll regret it. I studied her. How exactly will I regret it? She cupped the tiny swell under her silk tee. I'm carrying the Caldwell air. Has Derek demanded a paternity test yet? The smirk froze. What are you implying? Nothing cryptic. Simple question, test or no test? Color drained from her face. You're just jealous. Older, barren, pathetic. I laughed. I'm 31. So? Derek's 34. Your point? You're 23, in the prime of your life. I stood. Shamed to spend it as someone else's mistress. She sputtered, cheeks flaming. You'll be sorry. Maybe. But right now you're leaving. She slammed the door hard enough to rattle the crystal. Outside, a black Audi waited, Derek's. I snapped a picture through the window. Night fell, Derek came home. He found me in the living room lamplight and frowned. You haven't packed? Packed what? I told you, day after tomorrow you're out. I'm not going anywhere. He set the glass down slowly. Come again? You heard me. I'm staying. He stepped closer. Sophie, don't push me. My actual name, first time in 5 years. Derek, the house is mine. My mom gifted the down payment to us, not you. I've got the statements to prove who's really been paying for this roof. His jaw ticked. You want to fight this in court? You backed me into that corner. He raised his voice. I offered you 50 grand to walk, more than fair. 50,000? I let out a low whistle. You know what I've sunk into this place? I ticked it off on my fingers. Mortgage payments, 48. Renovations, 15. Appliances, 8. Groceries, utilities, 18. Total, 80. 9 grand. His mouth opened, shut. And you? I pressed. Silence. Speak up, how much? My salary, went straight to Brianna. 350 over 24 months, documented. His face went chalk white. You hacked my account? Birthday password, remember? Sophie, you've lost it. Nope. I'm protecting what's mine. I locked eyes with him. You've got two doors, Derek. Door 1, we sign a settlement tomorrow. House stays with me, you walk away clean, I eat the 350. Door 2, I sue, adultery docs hit the docket, the judge gives me the house, I claw back every dime you gave her, plus emotional damage punitive. Oh, I lifted my phone, your company's HR hotline is in my contacts. Board loves family values optics, right? He lunged for the phone. I stepped back. Temper. Nothing's leaked, yet. His chest heaved. You're bluffing. Try me. He paced, fists clenching, unclenching. Give me 24 hours, he muttered. Fine. Same time tomorrow, your call. I headed for the bedroom. He didn't follow. All night I heard him muttering on the couch, voice muffled, plotting with Brianna. Morning came, he slipped out early. I let him go. 2 o'clock, my cell rang, Caldwell flashing on the screen. Sophie, dear, she's saying, Derek tells me you two are having a tiff? Something like that. Young folks always squabble. Don't worry, Mama will smooth it out. Thanks, Mom. Come over for dinner tonight. Let's talk properly. Okay. I hung up. At 6 I walked into Caldwell's house. Derek was already there, and so was Brianna. She was parked on the couch, one hand on her belly, glowing with triumph. You're here. Caldwell waved me to a seat. Have some fruit. She slid a plate of sliced apples toward me. I didn't touch it. Mom, why did you ask me to come? Caldwell smiled. Sophie, I'm going to lay it on the table. She pointed at Brianna's stomach. That baby is a Caldwell. We can't ignore it. I never told you to ignore it. Then what are you saying? I'm saying it has nothing to do with me. Caldwell blinked. How can it have nothing to do with you? You're Derek's wife, not for much longer. Caldwell's face darkened. What do you mean? I'm filing for divorce. No. Caldwell shot back. You can't divorce. Why not? You've been married 5 years, no baby. You can't just walk away. My body's the problem? I stared at her. Mom, do you know why I'm not pregnant? Caldwell frowned. Because Derek has been feeding me birth control pills. What? He crushed them into my milk for 2 years. The living room went dead silent. Derek's face drained of color. How did you find out? I looked into it. I held his gaze. You thought I wouldn't recognize that pill bottle? Caldwell looked from me to Derek. Derek, is this true? Derek said nothing. Derek. It's true. Brianna cut in. I told him to do it. She stood and moved to Derek's side. Because I'm the one having his baby. I couldn't let her get pregnant first. Caldwell froze. I looked at both of them. Mom, now you see why I want out? Caldwell opened her mouth, but no words came. Your son cheated for 2 years, blew 35 grand on his mistress, and secretly drugged me. I stood up. Tell me, Mom, should I stay in this marriage? Sophie, also, I cut her off. I paid for the renovation and every mortgage payment on that house. Caldwell's face turned a deeper shade of gray. The house. You put down 30 for the down payment, I said. But I've paid 48 in mortgage payments and 15 in renovations. So, legally, that house is mine. Caldwell's jaw clenched. Sophie, don't push it. I'm pushing it? I laughed. Mom, your son gave me 3 days to clear out so his girlfriend could move in. I met her eyes. What would you call that? Caldwell had no answer. Brianna sniffed. Stay or leave, she said. Sooner or later that house is mine. I looked her over. You sure? Positive. She stroked her belly. I'm carrying the Caldwell air. What do you have? Smiling, I pulled out my phone. Evidence. I opened my photo roll and tapped a few screenshots. Wire receipts. I passed the phone to Caldwell. Your son wired her 35 grand in 2 years. Caldwell's face soured as she scrolled. WhatsApp threads. I swiped. He promised to kick me out so she could move in. Her hands trembled. Last ones. I flicked again. He told her the house is meant for the wife who gives him a son. Caldwell jerked her head toward Derek. Derek, is this real? Derek looked like ash. Mom, you said the house is for the wife who bears a son? Then what is Sophie, chopped liver? Mom, let me explain. Explain what? Caldwell slammed the phone on the coffee table. I gave you that 30,000 so you and Sophie could build a life. Mom, not so you could buy love nests for trash. Derek's mouth opened and closed. Brianna stepped forward. Caldwell, you've got it wrong. Derek loves me. Caldwell turned on her, eyes sharp as blades. Shut your mouth. Brianna paled. Caldwell, you're a homewrecker and you dare speak of love? It's not like that, you destroy a family and call it destiny? She wouldn't give him kids, because my son was drugging her. Caldwell's voice cracked like a whip. Brianna flinched. Silence fell, thick and heavy. I stood to the side, watching. Honestly, I was surprised. I'd expected Caldwell to side with Derek. After all, Brianna carried the Caldwell seed. But she didn't. Maybe it was the sting of being lied to, maybe the shame of being played. Whatever the reason, right now she was standing with me. Sophie. Caldwell turned, voice softer. The Caldwell family owes you. Mom, Derek tried. Shut it. She looked back at me. Tell me what you want. I met her gaze. I want a divorce. Granted. The house is mine. Caldwell hesitated. The house. 30 for the down payment, I'll wire it back to you. Well, I paid 48 in mortgage, 15 in renovations, 8 in appliances. I kept my 2. Any even. I return your 30, I keep the house. Fair? Caldwell was quiet, then nodded. Fair. Derek panicked. Mom, how can you, zip it? Caldwell spun toward him, eyes blazing. You have no say here. That's our house, it's your wife's house, she barked. Have you ever paid a dime? Derek's mouth hung open. Every dollar you made went to that woman. Caldwell pointed at Brianna. 35,000. 35. She faced Brianna. You, give it back. Brianna turned as white as the couch. Caldwell, he gave it to me, it's marital property. You stole it. Brianna's cheeks burned. I didn't steal anything. He wanted, in the eyes of the law, that's embezzlement of joint assets. I kept my voice calm. I can take you to court. Brianna went sheet white. You wouldn't. Why wouldn't I? I smiled at her. The wire receipts are all there. Want to test me? Brianna opened her mouth, but no sound came. Derek finally spoke. Sophie, don't crucify us. Crucify you? I turned to him. When you told me to vacate for your girlfriend, was that mercy? Color drained from his face. It's different. How? You spent 35 grand on her while we were married. I spoke slowly. You drugged me for 2 years so she could have your baby. You ordered me out in 3 days so she could play lady of the house. I locked eyes with him. Derek, name one thing you've done that honors me. He said nothing. Exactly, I answered for him. Not one. Outside, night had fallen. Derek followed me out. Sophie. I stopped but didn't turn. What? You're really doing this? What does it look like? He stepped in front of me. I'm sorry. I mean it. Congratulations on the epiphany. I'll send Brianna away. The kid, forget it. Let's start over. I stared at him. Say that again. I'll cut her loose. We can reboot, just us. I glanced at his hand clutching mine. Derek, do you hear yourself? I do. You can simply not want her anymore? Right. And the grand love you professed? He altered. That's secondary. I yanked my hand back. You blew 35 grand chasing her. You tampered with my body for 2 years so she could give you an heir. You told me to clear out because she was the real Caldwell. Sophie, now she's disposable? He opened his mouth. She's pregnant with your child and you're ready to trash her? Silence. Know what you are, Derek? He waited. Someone who discards people the second they stop being useful. I walked away. You tossed me aside, and you'll toss her. Sophie, whoever still has value, you keep, whoever doesn't, you dump. Sophie, listen, I'm done listening. I paused and looked back. We're over. His face twisted. You'll regret this. Doubt it. You will. He gave a cold laugh. Leave me and see what's left for you. Care to elaborate? 31, divorced, childless, who's gonna want you? I laughed. Derek. He stared. I just realized something. What? You never loved me. He froze. You needed someone to pay the mortgage, cook your meals, babysit your mom. Sophie, I wasn't your wife, I was unpaid labor. Color rose in his face. That's nonsense, thanks for the 5-year internship. I smiled. It taught me exactly what kind of man you are. I turned and kept walking. Don't ever show your face again. The 3rd day deadline arrived. That evening I walked into my living room and found 2 suitcases parked by the sofa. Brianna stood near the door, jangling a set of keys. Caldwell, she chirped, still here? I regarded her. How did you get in? Derek gave me the keys. She dangled them. Starting today, this is my house. I said nothing, moved to the couch, and sat. Brianna froze. What do you mean? I'll show you. I pulled out my phone and opened the residence group. Group name, Maple. More than 200 members. I dropped in a photo. It was a selfie of Derek and Brianna in a fancy restaurant, pressed against each other like teenagers. What is this? Brianna's face strained. Just wait. I posted a second image. A screenshot of Derek's wire receipt. Payee, Brianna. Memo, happy birthday, babe. Amount, $20,000. Messages started popping up. Who's that? Isn't Derek in 302? Is that his wife? Wait, his wife doesn't look like that. I uploaded a third shot. A WhatsApp thread. Hubby, when's she moving out? Soon, give me 3 days. 3 days is too long, I can't wait. Be good, once she's gone you'll be the lady of the house. The chat exploded. Holy, cheating? Derek's cheating? That's not his wife. Who is she? Side chick, side chick. Brianna went paper white. You wouldn't. I already did. I posted one more. Brianna getting out of Derek's car at the gate this morning. She in the passenger seat, Derek behind the wheel. This is Derek from 302's mistress, I typed. Moved into his place today. What? She's living there now? So where's the wife? Kicked out, I guess. What a scumbag. Brianna lunged for my phone. Are you insane? I sidestepped. Far from it. I sent another text. The aforementioned Brianna, 23, receptionist at a local firm, dated Derek 2 years, currently 3 months pregnant. Maple went nuclear. Pregnant? And she's knocked up? Absolute trash. What about his wife? What's she supposed to do? Booted so the mistress can move in. Brianna collapsed onto the couch, colorless. You've ruined me. You ruined yourself. I looked her straight in the eye. The day you chose to be the other woman, you should have pictured this moment. The door burst open. Derek stormed in, face scarlet. Sophie, have you lost your mind? He waved his phone, the maple thread on the screen. You posted this in the group. How am I supposed to show my face? So you do care about face? I stood up. When you told me to make room for your mistress, did you think about mine? He froze. You let the neighbors watch me get thrown out. Did that make me look good? No answer. Since you've already tossed your dignity, I said, smiling, let me help you shred the rest. Sophie. He advanced step by step. Delete those messages from the chat. Delete? I laughed. 200 people saw them, Derek. How exactly do I delete that? His flush deepened. And I picked up my bag. I've already handed everything to my attorney. He stopped short. What evidence? Wire receipts, chat logs, and proof you drugged my birth control pills. His complexion turned chalky. Tomorrow the court dockets my divorce filing. I reached the doorway. Derek, you can kiss this house goodbye. Sophie, plus the 35 grand you wired Brianna? I glanced back. I'm coming for every penny. Brianna shrieked. On what grounds? He gave it to me. Marital property, I said evenly. He had no right to give it away. And? I looked at her belly. Feel free to get a paternity test. Brianna's expression cracked. What are you implying? Just making sure the kid is actually his. It is. Then you've got nothing to fear, right? Her mouth opened, then closed. I smiled and opened the door. One last thing, Derek. He stared. Starting tomorrow, your reputation in this neighborhood is toast. I stepped outside. Sleep well. That night Maple was a war zone. Neighbors tore Derek apart. Someone surfaced his company profile, someone else dug up Brianna's socials, and an old photo album even surfaced. She dated another rich married guy before. Professional mistress, obviously. Hunts taken men for sport. The insults kept coming. Next morning my attorney called. Sophie, the court accepted the petition. Court date? 2 weeks. Great. By the way, HR at Derek's firm reached out. Why? They're investigating an anonymous tip about his affair. I blinked. Who blew the whistle? No idea, attorney said, but probably someone from Maple. Screenshots went viral. I nodded. Got it. I hung up and checked a local blog. Sure enough, a post, local exec cheats on wife, drop. S35K on mistress, boot spouse? Comments were vicious. Total sleaze. How's he still employed? Fire him. Feel awful for his wife. I scrolled a bit, then powered off. The following 2 weeks moved faster than I expected. Derek was hauled into HR. Not fired, but banished to a no-name division. Brianna was doxxed too. She had indeed dated a married man before. He divorced, never married her. Netizens shredded her. Gold digger. Serial homewrecker. She asked for it. Court day arrived. Derek's counsel claimed the down payment came from Caldwell, So the condo was Derek's separate property. My lawyer slapped a folder on the bench. Bank transfer, $300,000 from Caldwell to the escrow account, via the couple's joint account. No gift letter stating it was for Derek alone. The judge nodded. Defendant's rebuttal? Counsel had none. Furthermore, my attorney continued, the mortgage payment totaled $48,000, renovations $15,000, appliances $8,000, paid entirely by my client. He slid the statements across the dais. Plaintiff's contribution far exceeds defendant's. The judge perused the file. Any objection? No objection. On the subject of unlawful transfer, my lawyer continued, we have records of defendant wiring $35,000 to his mistress during the marriage. The judge's brow furrowed. Defendant, confirm or deny? Derek stared at the floor. True. Plaintiff demands full restitution, attorney said. Per state family code, clandestine gifts to an extramarital partner are reimbursable to the marital estate. The judge tapped his pen. The court will so order. 15 days later the court ruling arrived. House, mine. Derek, reimbursed $35,000 plus $5,000 in emotional damages. I stood outside the courthouse, paper in hand. Sunshine everywhere. I breathed deep. 5 years. 5 years of marriage, over. 1 year later. I sat in my own office, staring out at the treetops. 30 square meters, rent $5,000 a month, 2 part-timers on payroll. My short-form content studio barely stays afloat. But we just landed our first big haul, $60,000. Add the 40 from the judgment and my savings, and my debit card now reads just over $100,000. Phone buzzed. Mom. Sweetheart, what are we eating? Your call. Then I'll boil dumplings. What time? 7. Perfect, I'll hit the farmer's market now. I smiled. She moved here 3 months ago to help. Truth is, I flew her in. Time she tasted the good life. Knock. Come in. My assistant stuck her head in. Boss, a restaurant chain wants an entire matrix of channels. Book them for next Wednesday. On it. She left. I leaned back, eyes on the ceiling. 1 year. From zero to founder. From homeless to $30,000 a month. I'd done it. Phone pinged, Maple again. I rarely check, but curiosity won. 302 drama update, anyone here? Spill. Side chick split, ditched the baby. For real? Yep. Word is Derek's drowning in debt, she bolted when the money dried. Karma. Money grubber, what did you expect? Derek had it coming after what he did to his wife. I scanned a few lines, then muted the chat. Downstairs the afternoon traffic hummed. Whatever Derek's doing now, I don't care. Whether Brianna ran or stayed means nothing. All I know is life is good. Better than when I was with him. Mom called again. Sweetie, dumplings are almost ready, come home. On my way. I locked the office and headed out. Autumn wind felt perfect. Another buzz, unknown number. Text, Sophie, it's me. I glanced, didn't open. Whoever it is, it's history. I pocketed the phone and walked on. The road ahead is long. But I'm not afraid. Because every inch of it is mine. Thanks for listening. If you liked this, give us a thumbs up and share. Tell us your thoughts below, hit subscribe for more stories, and see you next time.